Hey there guys, thanks for joining us on another board game night. Tonight we're playing Lords of Hellas from Awaken Realms, or Hellas. Designed by Adam Kwapinski and developed by Marcin Swierkot. Sorry if I've pronounced that incorrectly, I most likely have. Alright, so for the overview tonight, I have with me James, Martin, Tony, myself Jason, and if you're not familiar with the videos we do, we're going to give you a basic overview of how Lords of Hellas runs. So the general rules, so you get enough to understand what's going to happen. Then during the gameplay, we'll play a few rounds so you can see the flow of the game. And then once we've finished and we've worked out who's won, we'll then discuss in the verdict of how the game went and also what we thought of it. Alright, so this is set in Greece, and it's a Greek mythology game, but with a little bit of a twist. They are not standard mythical tropes. They're more of like a sci-fi, sort of steampunk maybe. I don't know. They're quite weird, but really interesting. So, for example, this is the Cerberus, and you can see he's very mechanical. He's got chains and cogs and machine parts, and they're all like that. For example, this is the Hoplites. So you can see more sort of power armory, very bulky. These are the heroes. This is Helen of Troy.
No, it's not.
Oh, no, it's not. What is it?
It's Perseus.
Perseus, sorry. Martin's Helen.
Very butch Helen.
Yeah. As talking about that, James is playing Perseus. Martin's playing Helen. You're playing Achilles. And I am playing Heracles or Hercules. So,
he's Heracles. Hercules is... they're different.
It's true. So, to give you an overview, first I'll tell you there are different ways you can win. So there's 4 different ways you can win. First one is just being the warlord of Hellas. So the areas of Greece is divided into sort of provinces. You've got the red one over here, the yellow one, a blue one, a green one, and a grey one. Actually, the grey one is literally very small at the corner there. If you control 2 full provinces, you'll win the game. Also, randomly determined by the event cards, there are some monsters roaming the world. Like we see Cerberus, there's Cyclops down there, we have the Medusa over there, and the Minotaur in the corner there. If you kill 3 monsters, and more can come out during the game, and they can become harder as well. If you kill 3 monsters, you become the Monster Slayer, and you win the game. The other way you can win is by the favor of the gods. So over here is some temple standees. If you control 6 temples during the game...
Is it 6? That's 5.
Oh, is it 5? You might be right. It is 5. Yes, my mistake. If you control 5 temples during the game, you win the game as well. And then the final way you can do it, and what you see over here, this is a statue to the gods. This is literally just the base level. Every time we build another level, there'll be a miniature building up, and you'll see it as we go during the game. As soon as the final level of the miniature is built, and here you can see a little cheat sheet, so there's like 5 levels, a final 3-round card will be triggered, which is this one. As soon as the player owning the monument, at the end of the 3rd round, he will win and become the King of Kings. So those are the ways you can win the game. Action-wise, you have a few actions you can do on your turn. This is a little player sheet. So you have to do... or you can do some of the regular actions, which is you can move hoplites, you can move your hero, you can move prey to one of the gods, and you can use artifacts. You can do them in any order you want, and you can don't have to do all of them, but you have to do at least one special action.
Also on that note, you have to do all of that action before you move on to another action. So like if you had numerous priests and you wanted to pray, all of your priests would pray, or like for example, it's move as many as you want to, up to your limits, but you can't move some, do another action, then move some more. It's basically the actions there.
Yeah. So the special actions, there are essentially 7 special actions. You've got prepare, hunt, usurp, build temple, recruit, march, and build monument. Now these are interesting because as soon as you've done one, and you have to do one special action on your turn, you take one of these X markers and you move over. So for example, let's say I recruit some dudes. I can recruit 2 into a city or 4 into Sparta, and I cover that up with an X. So now I can't do that special action again. Then on next turn I might do a prepare, and then I might build a temple, and so on. But as soon as I or anyone else does build monument, which is add one of the god's next levels. You can see, if I just go in a little closer, you can see all players remove priests from the monuments, which are these little slots over here. They get removed. These are the priests. So when you do have them, they go in there and you can praise to the gods. Then you can build this level of the monument that you want to build. So you can either build to Ares, Athena, or Zeus in this particular game. And then you can gain priests for every temple you control on the board. And then end of turn sort of sequence goes where everyone removes all their use tokens from the board or from your player board. And then you get to activate the monsters and draw in a new event card. And that triggers every time someone goes to the...
It's essentially the pass action, isn't it?
Yeah.
But it's got added stuff to it.
So that will trigger every time someone does that. And that we keep going round and round and round like that until someone completes one of the mission objectives. We also have a couple of things we can do. For example, we've got some quests over here. They are notified by these tokens over there. They will give you bonuses depending on what they say. For example, this one, you can recruit 2 hoplites in every region you control with the city of Sparta. When you beat some of the monsters, you get benefits from that as well.
Just to point out, only your heroes can do those quests as well. Only the heroes can engage with these things. But these monsters, when they activate, they might murder a whole bunch of hoplites.
And obviously we battle each other for control of the provinces. The thing about the temples as well, and you'll see all this during the gameplay, it will make more relevance and sense then. But when we build a temple, the first temple they're built, that's a little green spot there, and they go into the spaces of the temple. So for example, over there. But the one, as soon as we build one with a red symbol, we do a draft. And that will give us blessings. So starting with the person who built it, and then going clockwise, we draft, like I take one, pass on, someone else. And that'll give us abilities to our heroes as well. So there's lots of ways of advancing the heroes. When you pray to the gods, for example, if I pray to Zeus, I can increase my strength by 1. But if I pray to Hermes, I can increase my my speed by 1. And if I pray to Athena, this is all on level 1, by the way, I can increase my leadership. And what that's relevant to...
That benefit goes up as well as the monument gets more powerful.
Exactly, yeah. Leadership allows you to move hoplites around the board. So, for example, at the moment I've got leadership 1. So if I wanted to move from there to there and bring a hoplite with me, I can only bring 1 because I'm leadership 1. But if I was leadership 3, I could bring 3 guys with me. Speed is obviously how fast the hero can move across the board. And strength is how good I am at fighting monsters. Because you have a special monster card or battle cards in this game. There's no dice. And I think I'll explain combat during the gameplay turn when we get there. So that's pretty much the basics of the overview. Yeah, you got some monster cards. They are relevant to the monsters. And they have different hit locations. We'll explain that when we get there. There's some relevant monster artifacts. We've got the event deck, a monster deck. So when the monsters attack back, you'll use those. There's the blessing deck we draft with. It's a deck of combat cards and a deck of neutral artifacts that you can gain.
Which I actually have one already. Helen starts with one.
What did you choose?
I've got the Eye of, is it Greya? Apparently. So during a hunt or battle, I can discard any number of combat cards and draw back up the same amount. And it's like a one shot, so you tap it and then turn it, whatever. And then the end turn thing, it will come back to use.
And the heroes also have their own starting abilities as well. So for example, Heracles starts with 2 strength. And I have a special ability as well. I can spend glory tokens to draw neutral artifacts. Glory tokens, I'll explain that when it comes up as well.
We found them fairly irrelevant last time, didn't we? Really?
Yeah, they didn't come up too often. But James's character actually starts with one and allows you to do the usurp action. And I'll explain that when it comes to... I don't want to overload too much. So, that is the general overview. Now we'll get started with the game. And we'll come back in a minute with some gameplay so you can see how it flows. Be back in a sec. Alright, so this is the gameplay turn. To give you a recap of where we are, first I'll show you the board. So, I started obviously at the top here. I've got control of this region over here and this one over there. My hero's in there with some hoplites. James is moving up aggressively over here. He's still got the Cerberus walking around in his realm, but he's got this section of the board. This is Martin's over here. He's got a Cyclops wandering around over there.
Colostomy bag, what?
He's also Is it this one you
Yes,
doing?
I'm at the Cattle of Geryon. I'm
So-
halfway through.
So he's doing a quest at the
It's a
moment.
protracted quest.
I've actually defeated one of the monsters. I had a chimera turn up in Macedonia, so I've just killed that. So I've 1/3 of my way to victory. And then Tony's got the whole southern of Greece here on his own, just wandering around.
Not quite. I'm in Crete that I might
Oh, yeah.
Down
nibble
there
across.
quick. He whips down there quick.
Yeah, after he just went, this is mine. Right.
Alright, so it is actually Tony's go right now. So you can just zoom out so you can see the board fully.
But just to say, there's one level of a monument been built, so everything else is still...
Level 1. So there's level 2, Zeus, and everything on level 1. The same quest is still out, which is Martin's one completing now. We're still at the four starting... I don't know if I mentioned this, but when you start the setup, you draw 7 events, and that determines what monsters will start on the board and what quests will start on the board. These are the 3 quests we randomly determined, and then those 4. If you draw a monster multiple times, then you basically just keep drawing, or a quest. You keep drawing until you have 3 quests and 4 monsters, sort of thing. And...
Another monster has come out, but it arrived. Jason then killed it.
yes, the really cool
Literally
looking
didn't even...
chimera.
Didn't even unpack.
Yeah, he was devastated, I'm sure. Alright, Tony, what are you going to do?
Okay, this is going to annoy Jason because he thought I was going to do one thing, and that's why he started filming me because he wanted to show it. But the card I drew on the last blessing that we had because somebody
I know,
drew
you
it.
know, you're going to take Sparta.
I'm going to take Sparta because I can with my local support.
Okay, I'll show that. Why I started filming is because we thought we were going to do another draft, but also share that work. But what happened was, Martin built a temple on his turn.
Just to say, this is the last draft one that you'll get first pick on. So you might want to consider, even though you've got that, you might want to consider doing it now. Because it will give you that draft and the first pick.
What we're discussing, there's a random stack of temples that come out, so these order will differ every time. But the green areas, when a temple is built, is nothing happens, you just get your priest as such. The red areas is where you get your priest, but also we do a draft, where we draw 1 blessing for each player plus 1, and then going anti-clockwise, you get to take them. So for example, I've got weak spot, so at the start of a hunt, I can discard a combat card to deal a wound of any type. And I've also got Inspiring Hunt. When I start a hunt, add 1 priest to your priest pool, which is pretty tasty. So, he was planning on doing a temple build. No,
But I'm not though.
that's fine.
I
So,
am,
why he's saying is because he got this. So, the population strength of regions is decreased by 2 in your favour. So, what are you going to do?
I am going to move my hero in there.
I mean, he doesn't do anything, yeah?
Yeah, he doesn't do anything. I'm not moving any hoplites. I'm not praying because I've got no temples yet.
This is what he's doing, the basic actions.
Not moving hot last week in a March action.
I'm going to do a march action.
So, that's your special action, the 1 special action in a turn.
Special action. March those
So you can
three.
march from one area to another. So he's marching his hoplites from Messina
Yep.
to Laconia.
Now I've got 3 hoplites in there. It's a strength of 5, but due to my local support guard, it's a strength of 3.
So he's now conquered Laconia. What's interesting about Laconia, most of the cities have these little symbols next, so you can see what at a clear view of what it is. But also they have the pictures on the board. This is a Sparta, which means when you do the recruit action, you get 4 hoplites there instead of just the normal 2.
That's what that symbol is. It's like a
Yeah,
better version
better
of the
version.
city.
Why I wanted to get in there now?
You can't actually go in. You need another movement point to go into
You
the
need,
fort.
you need when you take the place, you can't.
But
When you
when you're
recruit-
recruiting there, as if it might happen now.
yeah,
So that was your special action, which
Yep.
was March.
march.
And that's basically the end of your turn.
Oh, Jesus.
So the
Oh, yeah, you did that, yeah.
So the beginning of my turn, I'm just going to put this here so you can see. One of my special abilities, at the beginning of your turn, you may remove 1 glory token to draw 2 neutral artifacts. Keep 1 and shuffle the other back. I got a glory token from defeating the Chimera, so I'm going to do that. I'm going to draw 2 artifacts. So I got Cadiacus. Used before battle, your enemy must discard 1 combat card of his choice. That's pretty good. Or Ambrosia. Heal all heroes your hero, or injuries your hero has suffered.
Well, that was one of my options to begin with.
I think I'm going to go with the Catechus, just in case James decides to attack me. You have to discard a battle card, a combat card. So, I'm going to do that. Then my regular actions. I'm going to do Hoplite movement, which is James going to be a knob.
No, and obviously yes, but is he going to be in this game?
Yeah. Because if you're going for control all yellow, you still need that one over there. And then if you're going to try and kick me out of red, quite a lot of fighting to do. My plan was to go in there with a march order, but now you might have scuppered that. So hero movement is going to be easy. I've only got a leadership a speed of 1, so I'm going to move to there with him. And you know what, screw it. I'm going to do my special action is march, and they're all going to go into there.
You're vacating it.
Well,
Are you doing one of them is from your hoplite move, is it?
No, they're all just going
I
march.
thought March was a free.
No, it's you can move everything from one area
right.
to another area. So I've
Just shows 3 on there.
So I've now taken control of Chakididi. It's got a population of 4.
Chakadidi. I'm not sure that's entirely what it says, but you know, we'll go with it.
She's had several #1 hits in America, I believe.
Yeah, I remember.
So
Too shy.
I just noticed. I realised you guys couldn't see. I've marched from there to there, and because it has a population of 4, I've got 4 hoplites. That means I've taken control of it, so I can put my control marker there, and that's that. So that's my special action done. So my turn is done, and now it goes to James. What are you going to do, Mr. James?
You filming me on my turn, are you?
Yeah.
It'd be a bit weird filming you on someone else's turn, wouldn't it?
Okay, well, I don't like this pressure, by the way.
Okay.
So your special actions. Are you going to do any movement with your
First things first, yeah. I can do. So I don't like the way combat's done.
So you can just basically walk into Macedonia and take
one
it
guy
now.
can
Yeah.
just take that, but then he can walk back into it. But then he might.
You're
be
almost
going
better
over
off
this
taking
way.
the temple if you're going to take any, though.
Well, I'll tell you what I'm going to do.
I do have one guy defending the temple.
That's true.
I'm going to go for a hoplite movement. I'm just going to go to here.
So hoplite movement, I said in the beginning, I misspoke. What I meant was, hoplite movement is based on your leadership, but it doesn't move with your hero. Your hero moves independently, almost like in Ruin Wars.
Your hero determines how many you can move.
So your
based on his leadership.
So he's got leadership 2, which is why he's moved 2 hoplites from there to there.
Actually, sorry, if I just I'll move 1 into there, and then 1 that was in there into here.
Okay.
Yeah, that's better. Then you can march in the other one.
So this will take that out and replace it with yours.
Yep.
To put a camp in there.
One there. And then I'm going to march all bar 1. I'm not happy with how this combat works.
Oh, you'll be alright, man.
Yeah, why?
Into there.
So combat is very simple. So he's got a strength of 3 at the moment because each hoplite is with 1 strength, and I'm with 1 strength. And then we can play combat cards. So as the defender, I can play 1 first. I am not.
Okay. So do you want to?
Well, there's no point. But if you chose to, you can't.
Unless he's got the ability
Yeah.
where you can play.
It's when both players pass. So like if I'm passing, if you're passing, then that's done. I can't come back in again though.
Right.
Unless you've got that ability, there was an ability.
Yeah,
was it
we're bluff.
Was it a power card?
Yeah, blessing card. It's called
Blessing
bluff.
card,
So what happens now is he's beaten me 3-1. So my survivors have to retreat to a friendly area.
Which they can't.
As it happens, when you lose a battle, you have to lose 1 hoplite anyway. So I lose that guy. He's dead, which means I lose control of this.
Jesus Christ, Jason! He needs 2 areas now. That one and that one, and he wins.
Yeah, but it's not like he's going to get that one very easily. He's got one
It's
guy.
It's not really easy either because by case of having to defend it now. But
Just a quick question. What happens if I run out of hoplites?
You'll have to move them from other areas to go fight.
No, I want about for say recruit.
Oh, you can't. It's you have a limited supply.
you choose which areas they'll get recruited into, and then your SOL. You've done everything now, haven't you?
I'm done yet.
So remember to mark your march order. And now Martin.
Okie dokie. I'm going to
Don't forget to
pray.
move your hero on the quest track as
I
well.
haven't forgotten. I'm going to pray at Athena, I think.
So what he's doing is a prayer action, which allows you to take a priest from your priest pool. So you have to earn priests, and they go, yeah.
And I earned that one, man. Hoo-wee.
So he's put it into Athena, which
So-
allows him...
My leadership goes up by 1.
Yep, so...
Then my hero action, he's gonna carry on cattle raising or whatever the hell she's doing. Then I'm gonna do a hoplite action. I'm gonna move 3 hoplites into there because now my leadership is 3. I can move 3.
Mhm.
And then my special action, I'm gonna build a monument.
Oh, okay. So,
So
which one are you going to build to?
all players remove priests from all monuments.
So we empty out the monuments of priests.
At the next level, I'm going to add 2 Athena.
Okay.
So we'll cue a musical interlude while Jason gets the next part of Athena.
There you go. So, just to show you guys, that's what it looks like.
Exciting, huh?
Yeah.
Like that.
Slots in there. So she's now level 2. That's pretty cool.
And then gain a priest for every temple I control. I've got 1, 2. So again, 2 priests.
Is that a Spanish temple?
1. Yes. Now everyone removes used action tokens from the board. So that's all the X's come off.
All your X's come off.
Rather monster die. Shit, I forgot about that.
Okay.
Who's the monster die? Yeah.
Right, so
Alright, let's start with, is it Cerberus?
Yep.
Oh, we can do either.
Yeah. So this is interesting.
What is his attack? Kill 3 hoplites in the region. So nothing, so you may as well move.
Is it adjacent as well, or is it just a...
No.
Right, so basically it's a d6, but it has different symbols on. So you got that's nothing, it does nothing. That's move, that's attack, and that's move or attack. That's what he's rolled. And then you check, if you choose attack, you do region attack, which is there, kill 3 hoplites. Obviously it's nicely marked as
I
well.
think I might move him up there. That looks sort of irritating.
So he's used the move option. Move him from there to
Cyclops,
there.
is he going to me up? Yes, brilliant. Injury to all heroes in the same and adjacent regions. That's Jason.
Ugh, that's annoying.
You take an injury. So do you want to show your board?
Yep. So injuries work like this. Obviously, this is your way of leveling up. So it's points to. So I've got strength 3 and leadership 1 and speed 1. So when you do an injury, you just flip it over, and you. In this particular case, it's not going to actually debilitate me, but no matter
How
what,
word was that?
debilitate me. But it's not going to. It always, if you're injured in that column, it just counts as 1. So I had leadership 1. I've just injured myself in leadership. I still have leadership 1.
But if his leadership goes up, it's still 1 until he heals that injury.
Exactly. Yes.
Medusa also attacks. Kill 1 hoplite. Hoplites cannot move out of a region with Medusa in it. No, didn't see that. That's a passive. So obviously nothing here to kill. And then Minotaur. Oh,
Move
can move
or
or attack. I tell you what, I think he might move.
Because he's built the monument, he gets to choose.
Kill a hoplite. The player controlling region with Minotaur must sacrifice 1 priest. You know what? I think I might move. He's going to go in there as well. Hello, Moo. And then I draw an event card. Ooh, a new quest. Can we have a new quest?
No, if it's a quest, it's just discarded.
So it's just ditched, yeah. We don't get another one, no?
No.
Okay. And that is all she wrote.
And that's you done as well, isn't it?
Yes.
Right, Tony, back to you.
Moo, I think you find. Do you want to keep filming now?
Yeah, because I might do something interesting on my turn. Maybe.
No,
Maybe.
be the first turn, you're going to do something interesting, wouldn't you?
What he's going to do, he's going to say
He's
he's
going to
ignored me, yeah?
attack me in here.
No, he's not. He's going to come back round here and then I'll have to come back round now.
I
So your basic actions that you're going to do?
am gonna do no.
Let's put some
No basic actions.
What I should have done was I should have marched some.
Are you gonna build
just
that temple?
support it, and then
Not
Don't
yet,
forget,
no.
you could move your hoplite
Oh yeah,
into
with
that
the
if
action,
you
then I
want to.
can recruit it.
Don't feel obligated, but
Yeah.
you can do
Yes,
that.
you can do that.
Or you can recruit straight into it. You know, you got so many options, man.
But if he's got a free move,
Yeah.
why not?
Yeah, move him in there.
I think when you're in doubt, you should attack Martin.
Oh, when in doubt, yes.
He's not in doubt. He's overcome with too many things to do. Oh God, he's going to vomit a load on the board again.
We do have so many.
That is a lot of hoplites. Because Sparta can obviously... So you've done a recruit action, which is the special action. He's forfeited all his other basic actions. So that's the end of your turn, yeah? So, on to my turn. I've got no hoplite movement. Actually, I do have a hoplite movement. One of my hoplites will become fortified. And then I will do hero movement. My hero is going to move across the ocean to
kill the Cyclops, are you?
I'm going to attempt to Yabora.
That's a bit concerning because all the enemies are down here as well.
Then I've got no prayer actions. I've got artifacts. Will I use any of my artifacts? Should I use Chimera Fire and kill one of your hoplites?
Surely you're better off using that for James.
Yeah, you're probably right.
For me, it's just like kicking me around the. So I just wanted to. I wanted to use it. We'll see what it did.
Yeah, just murder your hoplites like we did in the last game, and then I'm gonna do the hunt action. So,
Fighting the Cyclops.
So
There he is.
I have the weak spot, so I can at the start of a hunt I can discard one combat card to deal one wound of any
We'll
type.
leave him over here, shall we?
He doesn't have this icon, so I'm going to discard this combat card, and I'm going to do a wound. So I'm just going to put this here so it doesn't knock everything over, so Martin can show you the Cyclops thing. So where will I do it? If I do a wound to say, oh, actually at the start of I get a priest. I'm starting a hunt action.
Oh, you did that one, did you?
So if I, for example, put it there, I can actually get another priest, even if I don't successfully beat him.
But that's not a bad bet either, because if you do beat him, you'll get an option of a few things.
So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to put the wound up there.
Okay.
Alright, now I am strength 3, so I draw 3 new combat cards. This is the only time, normally you have a hand limit of 4, but this is the only time you can then exceed that hand limit. Alright, now I get to flail on him repeatedly.
Basically, the numbers on the cards are doing nothing. He's looking for these symbols.
Yeah.
He needs to play cards that match those symbols.
So for example, like this Hellbed symbol, I'm going to discard to put a wound on the priest section there. And, oh boy.
Uh-oh.
This is going to be bad. I'm going to... Maybe I should keep some of these, because now basically I've done a wound to it, so I can now go to my defensive part of the fight where Martin will draw.
Yeah, he has to wound it each round at least once, and if he doesn't, the hunt immediately ends.
Oh man, I'm really worried. Oh, I'm gonna let you take your combat action.
So, because he hasn't killed it, it's still going. The monster draws 2 cards.
And he gets to play one of those, and then I get a chance to defend against it with now using the numbers.
Oh man, gotta do that one, I think. It's going to charge. So it does 1.
Go lower.
Okay, it does 1 plus 1 for each uncovered wound symbol. So that's 1, 2, 3. So it's basically got a strength of 4.
Yep.
Jason is defending against. If he fails, he deals 2 injuries to Jason.
Okay, so I'm going to discard these 2 2s to defend against those.
Okay.
So there's 2 options. When you don't defend, you basically take the damage. So I would take 2 injuries. But if then I get to draw a card. If I defend, which I'm going to do, I draw 2 cards, isn't it?
Don't know. Jack.
So I have defended successfully, so I get to draw 2 more combat cards now, and then I get... Oh, Jesus.
Then we go round again.
So
if he fails to wound it, or I guess at this point choose not to wound it, the hunt would immediately end.
yeah, so I am going to win. I'm going to discard that to do whatever that symbol is, a torch symbol.
Yep.
To put a wound there, and then I'm going to let you take another attack to it.
Jesus.
You know, this is what my 2 combat cards were I just drew. And you saw the 2 I just discarded,
Oh.
which is
I'm
really
going to play Fury.
Go back a bit.
Okay.
I've zoomed in, that's why, yeah.
Fury. Okay, so strength, number of wound symbols on the monster tray. Wound symbols?
That's 3. There's 2 maces, 1
1, 2,
torch.
3. Yep. Okay, and if you fail to defend against it, I deal an injury, and if you've already have an injury, the hunt immediately ends.
Okay, so luckily I've got a combat 3.
3. Okay, so you defend.
And that means I draw 2 more cards.
But now you're playing from the top deck.
Ah, so annoying. Okay, so...
But do you want to keep wounding it? That's the thing.
Well, I can't...
Because these wounds now will persist.
Yeah.
So if Jason now fails, he's leaving it open for someone else to run in and try and kill it.
This is what I've just drawn. So I cannot... I am therefore going to retreat.
Well, the hunt immediately ends.
Yeah.
You don't have a choice.
So the hunt immediately ends. I don't get... I end my hunt
You
unsuccessfully.
do get a priest, though.
I do.
Congratulations.
And that is me done. As my special action was hunt. Oh, so glad. Gutted. You know what? I had the 2 maces in my hand, but I had to discard them for the freaking... So, James.
Which one? The second one? Or
The first one.
It's only 2 injuries.
I know, but that would have injured me completely.
Then you would have killed it.
No, then I'm out. If I'm injured completely, I have to...
Oh, okay. I didn't realise that. So your mistake was not winning? Got to get me in fight with that Cyclops now. Run over there. I'm locked in a quest though. Come on, quickly, hurry up, finish.
And I've used my hunt action now, so I can't even...
Oh yeah, that's a very good point.
So unless someone builds, like James builds a monument, James, nudge nudge.
I've literally just built one as well.
To heal injuries, by the way, you have to do the prepare action. What are you doing, James? Are you recruiting?
Yeah.
What is that?
So when you
Exactly?
recruit, you can do 2 hoplites
It's
in
just that.
any city you control.
Oh,
Yeah. Well, I've now
Each.
run out. Of,
Each, yeah.
yeah. Well, I've now run out of hoplites.
All right.
oh no!
We feel for you, man. We really do.
My wallet's too small for my 50s.
That's me done.
All right.
And what was your special action? Are you
That was
recruiting?
recruit, yeah.
Recruited.
Okay.
Oh,
Carry on.
sorry. He was then
Oh, when you recruit, it's in each city you control.
Yeah.
2 hoplites.
Yeah, yeah,
Well,
yeah.
cities and spots,
So
obviously.
4, 2 and 2.
Oh, yes. I forgot. You got another city over here as well, man. Oh, you got no more hoplites left either.
Oh my God.
What the hell? What is wrong with you two?
In the middle of this clusterfuck. I should probably pray a little bit then.
What are you going to do? Leadership again?
I'm definitely going to do the leadership one. So,
So she's level 2, isn't she?
yes, so increase my leadership by 1 and recruit a hoplite in a region I control. I really want to do strength. But, oh no, that's okay. I'll come up there. Oh no, I'll come up there. I really want some combat cards.
Yeah, so do I. As I need to go finish off the
Like, 'cause
Cyclops.
if I pray, well, you're right. You can pray both in there, and you'll have 2 combat cards back, and you get +2 strength. But I want to take that now. But I kind of want to take that region because I don't think I can do it any other way. Oh, that's irritating. How can I get a dude in there? Oh, fuck it. I'm going to pray in there again. Damn it. Annoying. Some leadership goes up again. Leadership 5. And I recruit another dude.
Did you do it this turn? You
Oh,
can't do this.
you can only do one
yeah.
pray, can't you? Damn, alright, that makes things a bit easier then. Because I can't do that now. Okay, so that's that. My hero move.
Okay.
My hero move
Yeah.
is that, so it finishes the quest. Increase one of my hero attributes to 3, which is basically going to be speed. which is that quest is finished. That's this one. I've done pray. I want hoplite move. Well, that one's definitely going in there.
Protect.
Not protect. I want to take it, but I can't move twice, can I? And that to move out of there is that, isn't it? I know I can move.
No,
right.
it counts as another region if you want to move it
I
out
thought
of
it was
it.
moving in, but moving out you can just move.
It's the same. The defense spots count as a different region,
Okay.
except in combat.
Okay.
But you can't move hoplites more than one space, except for the leadership march combo.
Yeah. I don't want to do that. I really want to take that bloody region this turn. I can't do it. And even though I've got, can I move him again now?
Has he moved at all?
Well, he moved on the quest.
Oh yeah, I think so. Yeah.
That's how sure.
Well, the
So I've got a move of 3, a speed of 3. So I don't know if that counts.
I'll have a quick check while you're thinking.
How about you pause it?
Yeah, good point. All right, so the hero can't move after they complete a quest.
Have you started yet?
Yeah.
Man. So I've done that. I've done that. I don't want to do that. I think that's basically going to be that. So my special action then, I think I'm going to have to do a recruit.
Man, are you gonna have all your hoplites on the board as well? I feel like I'm really outnumbered.
I am, yeah. I don't have a choice, I don't think, unless I did that.
There's like one poxy little green colony right in the corner of Greece, and everything else is controlled by you lot.
Yeah, I'm going to recruit. Fuck it. So, 2 in there. 2 in there. That's me.
All right, Tony, what are you doing?
So the movement is I've got a leadership of 1, so I can move 1 hoplite from each region.
No, just one hoplite.
Just 1 hoplite.
Yeah.
Right. There's a...
But a march allows you to move everything
All of
from
them.
one region to another.
To adjacent region.
I will. Oh, oh,
What do these fucking things do? Is that...
hoplite move.
So he's moved from
1 hoplite on there.
I don't have 3 cities.
I will then. Hero move? No.
That's rubbish.
I won't pray because I've got no temples, got no artifacts.
That's rubbish.
So I will build a temple.
Okay.
Yay!
The one you wanted to start me to when we started filming.
So that unlocks a priest.
For your pool.
My first priest.
And then it's 5 of these. 2,
So,
3, 4,
just to
5.
show, we've obviously built that temple right there. So he gets to choose one of those blessings. We choose 1 per player, then +1. So there's 5 cards there, and they're
Okay.
a mixture of stuff.
Yep, and you might want to pause here while I read them all.
Yeah, exactly. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pause here so we can read it and then pass them around and then tell you at the end what's happened. Alright, so we've done the draft. We each got a new ability. I've got Shoot to Kill. So it's another monster hunting ability because we were just discussing off camera. I feel like it's going to be hard for me to win any other way with that 1 territory in the corner down there. What did you get, Tony?
I took exile, dealing injury to my hero that's in an area with a monster to move that monster to any region on the board.
That's interesting. What did you take, Martin?
I took Unbroken Morale. So whenever an opponent has more hoplites than me in a battle, kill 1 hoplite from his or her army before the battle begins. I thought that was a safe bet because Tony outnumbers me 1,000,000,000 to 1.
Well, you got the same amount of hoplites.
Yeah, but mine are on the northern edge, defending against James.
What do you got, James?
Instead of using the hero movement action, draw 1 combat card.
Push-ups.
Push-ups.
So like, let's stay home to a montage.
I was actually, the other one was left over was the recruitment thing where you could, instead of hoplite movement, you can get to...
Recruit, yeah.
I was really tempted by that because I can't move anywhere anyway unless I attack someone.
Yeah.
So, just 2 troops every turn for no reason. But, that's that. So
There's a reason none of us took it.
yeah.
We haven't got any hoplites left.
So that's you done, Tony, because your special action was build temple, yeah?
Yes, it is.
So my hero movement, I'm going to move him back to there.
Run away!
My hoplite movement, there isn't any. I am going to pray. I'm going to pray to Zeus. So my strength goes up by 1 more, putting me to strength 4 now.
Strong like bull.
And I get another combat card because Zeus is
Level 2.
level 2. So I get a new combat card. Huh. That's interesting. And my special action will be, I think I'm going to build a monument. I was tempted to build a temple, but you've built the temple which activated the drafts, and I don't want to just do that. I get temple priests anyway. So yes, I am going to activate build a monument.
Already?
Yes.
I've only got one thing on my board.
So did I. And I'm going to build to Zeus. Zeus, almighty Zeus.
Wait. Clear off these.
Yep. So they go back into your dead pools.
Gain
And-
priest for every temple you control, Jason.
I don't have any.
Okay, you gain no priests.
Yeah. Gain priest. And then all players remove their little X's.
One. Oh, Tony has 2.
Yeah, I managed to get 2 out.
And then we do some monster action.
This is
So,
what I didn't want.
Chimera, or whatever.
Oh,
the thing.
Jason!
The Cyclops. Attack.
You son of a bitch.
So, region attack. Deal 1 injury to all heroes in the same region or neighboring
It's
regions.
you!
And you as well.
It's fine. It's you!
So
doesn't
we
really
both
matter too
we both
much.
take an injury. It affects you more than me.
Yeah, it's true.
Not really, because I don't want to move very far. I'll also probably prepare this, don't you?
Medusa, there's nothing.
Jeez. Minotaur.
Minotaur.
Yeah!
Attack.
Oh, that's bad.
Region attack. Kill 1 hoplite. The player controlling region with Minotaur must sacrifice 1 priest.
Ow!
Ow.
Well, look at it this way. Now you have a hoplite to recruit.
Yay.
Prepare.
I spent the entire game getting that one priest, and then the Minotaur just went, "Yeah, dead." Or they just went, "No, don't kill anymore," and sacrificed it.
Oh, so we've just drawn this as the event, which is the Chimera.
Back again.
So yes, no, that is actually that's dead. So it's nothing.
No. Oh, yes.
Because it's if he was on the board, he would level up. If he wasn't on the board and he wasn't dead, he would then spawn onto the board. But
So we don't draw a replacement. It's just
no,
Well,
that's
no. That's full revolution, but it's not, is it?
no. But I think
We
we.
might want to film this bit because I'm going to do a bit of combat now.
Oh, okay. You're going to attack me, are you?
Oh, why not? Why not? I'm going to give it a go.
All right, come on then. So James's action.
Okay, so first things first, I'm going to sacrifice my hero movement action to draw 1 combat card.
Okay. There you go.
Thank
Do a
you.
little bit of push-ups.
I might as well attack you then.
Okay, that is good news.
I'll do a march action. And then all of these guys
Oh dear.
will march into.
Do you want me to have a look through the rules? What happens when you don't have any reaches left?
I suppose you carry on going around. Well, no, I might not.
No, it's fine. Carry on.
Are you playing any blessings or anything?
Blessings. But I'm.
James, did you have a dude in there?
Yes, a march order though.
Then he moves to the next region, which is out of the.
I thought you said earlier on it was.
Well, surely if he's done a march from that region, he's not considered in that region then.
Yeah, exactly. So he can't move
So
unless.
he just sits in there.
Count this as a different region unless
Well, you
there's a
still have
fight
a
in
window,
it.
right? Yeah.
It's a mini region within a region.
Yeah.
Really know where to look, if I'm honest.
So James, at the moment
Right.
you've got how many guys you got there? 4, 5.
5.
So your strength of 5 against my strength of 4 hoplites plus 1 for my fortification. So that means we're on equal footing at the moment,
Yep.
5 apiece. I'm going to use my artifact, the Caduceus. Used before battle, your enemy must discard 1 combat card of his or her choice. How many combat cards you got?
2.
You're better off doing that one, man. Because the end result is the same there, but that kills only one.
Yeah. That's fucked it now. So absolutely fucked it.
No, you're right.
Okay, so you play a combat card.
I am. I'm going to play this one. So I'm playing it face down in front of me like this.
Oh, is that what we do we?
Yeah, and then you've only got one, but you can play that if you want to, or pass.
Yeah, I will be playing that one.
Okay, so now we reveal. So I go. Actually, I think actually I play them face up. But if you're defending in a region with a city or Sparta, recruit 2 hoplites in that region. They count towards army strength.
Oh, fuck now.
So I'm gonna get 2 more guys, and this adds +1 as well. So I'm basically +3.
Yeah.
So I'm on 8.
Fuck now, yeah. I'm on 2, 4, 5, 6, 7.
I win.
It's that fucked me over as well. I need to get rid of my cards, so what happens?
that get rid of the card one.
So basically, it comes back to another round of card playing. You don't have any cards,
Yep.
so I'm not going to play anymore because I'm winning by 1 anyway. So what it means is one of your guys dies because they've lost the fight,
Yep.
and then the rest retreat to a friendly area.
Right.
And that is me surviving the map. Do you want to discard that?
Yeah, I think you play it face up, so he would know what he's coming. So he didn't even have to play that.
No, did you?
Oh, yeah, I'm not going to play it.
All right, keep it.
Yeah, if we're playing it face up, because I wouldn't have won anyway.
And
Yeah, so you just keep going. So you play one. This is what I'm doing. You play one. This is what I'm doing. Backwards and forwards until both of you pass.
pass.
And did your card have any casualty symbols on? No.
No.
Okay. And obviously yours would
I
have,
would have done, but I
but
didn't.
you didn't. You want to
Yeah, that's an interesting thing about the combat cards. Like, for example, this one that James did have, charge, which would add +4 to his combat strength. But at the end of the combat, he has to kill 2 of his own hoplites. So these little death symbols affect you, not the opponent. So that's quite interesting. Alright, so that's the end of your turn, isn't it, James?
It is indeed.
An unsuccessful charge.
Yes, but a charge nonetheless.
Alright, so there you guys get the general gist of how this flows. We're going to finish off the game, and then we'll come back to you with our verdict. Alright, so this is the verdict section of the video, and we finished the game, and Mr. Martin Cavalier has won. And he's won by the 5 temples route. But you'll hear this now. He could have won many other ways as well. He could have won via the killing 3 monsters route. And I'm potentially sure you could have done the 2 territories that turn as well.
No, well, I could have taken that because I would have beat, because you had no cards, I could have beaten you,
No,
but I needed this one.
5.
So that one was a 5.
Yeah.
Wasn't far off it.
No. But, Jesus, man. The 3 monster ones is a piss day. I killed the first monster, and then I went and beat up the Cyclops, but I just needed one more lucky turn, and I didn't get it. So Martin went and poked him in the eye and killed him. I thought, well, I'm now lost, and you may have noticed, there's no green models on the board anywhere, as they've been wiped off the board. So the only way I could win was by monster hunting. I then went to fight Medusa, put her down to 1 wound again, and Martin went in and poked her in the eye and killed her. I was like, oh my god. So then I went...
Yeah, carry on.
Then I went to the Cerberus and got him down to 2 wounds left, and Martin could have killed him on his turn as well. And we played it out just to see as well, and he would have killed it as well. So he's just walking behind me, taking all my death blows.
Don't be taking my glory, man. You worked hard for that.
This has been a crazy game as well. James was literally on my turn. When I finished my turn, he could have won his turn. But I managed to stop him by moving, because I got a lot of abilities with my hero to kill hoplites. And James needed just this territory right there. And he had the usurp token as well. So on his turn, he would have just gone in there, taken it, and he would have won. But I ran my hero into there, killed all the hoplites in the region, and then prepared in there, which took it off him, which obviously meant he was now set back a turn. And then Tony was 1 turn away from...
Tony was one turn away.
action away. Sitting quietly in the corner going, nobody noticed. Nobody noticed. Nobody noticed. But it got noticed.
Somebody noticed.
And defended.
Yeah, so basically he had all of green and he had 2 of the 3 grey and I was in
And
grey.
a nice build up
and he
to
was
attack.
massing in there.
And Martin took all his cards away, but attacked him relentlessly.
Well, Martin kept attacking me and burning off my
But
cards.
in other areas, basically. So, I mean, I wasn't even winning the fights.
No, he
but,
was burning the cards off so I couldn't mount an attack.
and his
to get it.
strength was only 1. So I go in combat with a monster after Jason's been in and it fills my hand up with cards. And whereas Tony takes several turns to fill his hand up again.
So that was really interesting, the way that turned
And what
out.
also amused me as well was every time Tony got a priest, the Minotaur attacked him and killed
Yeah,
the priest.
it was like 3 turns in a
so
row.
we kept praying, getting cards from like Zeus and things like that. And he's like, I haven't prayed once.
And my
His
hero-
stats are
my
Well, his stats are where they started.
Yeah, where they started, exactly.
Alright, so that's that game. We've now established that everyone except me could have won. So let's.
I think you could have won if nobody else was playing.
If you
Or-
stop killing-
yeah.
Another
taking
4 or
his
5
kills.
turns.
Well,
You
this-
stop taking his kills.
Yeah, annoyingly, I could have won if I'd killed both those monsters which you stole off me, but I just.
Well, that one you could have killed, but you didn't read all the card.
That's
what
true.
have we learned?
I should read all the
Read your
cards. Alright, so what do we think of this game then? So, Martin, let's start with you as you were undefeated in this game.
I know it is a bit easy. I've got to be honest.
And you've won in two different ways now as well.
Yeah. Yeah, I've only played it twice, but I think it's pretty good actually. I quite like quite a lot of elements to it. I think the combat. I know you were saying you weren't a big fan. I actually think it's pretty good, to be honest. For a card based. Well, early on you were like, I'm not sure I like this, but I think
No, I like it
as
now.
it went on,
Yeah.
particularly the monster fighting. The monster fighting is really quite
Clever.
kind of exciting as well
Yeah.
when they get to hit you back and whatnot. I think that's pretty good, and I think your options on a turn are pretty cool as well. And I quite like the special actions thing where you're forced to do one, and if you can't do one, you kind of
Build the
force into
monument, yeah.
the pass action, the monument thing. I mean, and there's a monument there. I mean, they look freaking cool. What does it look like finished, Jason? What's the
Add that on to him. So,
fuck is that guy?
so Zeus was actually one turn away, and we were contemplating at one point whether or not James should have gone for that earlier, and then
It's
just
not that, is it?
because if you hold on to it for 3 turns, you win.
Looks like it. Yeah.
I don't even know how that goes.
I think that was it.
If I just smash it in there, I don't know. It goes in there somehow.
I think you had it right the
Behind
first
you.
time. Yeah, the way you
There
had
you
it.
go. I'll let Tony do it. But they look really cool. I mean, obviously we didn't do Hermes much, but
Athena got 2 levels.
yeah, I think it went up a little bit, leaving just the bottom half. But yeah, I think it's good actually. I think the components are awesome. The only thing that I mentioned before we started was the temples look a bit shit compared to the others, but
These are the
I
temples.
understand that they're getting souped up with a stretch goal of some description. And I think it kind of feels... No one felt a lot better than anyone else or anything. Everything felt kind of balanced. There we go. Yeah, he looks badass. That's
There's a
cool.
full build
Right,
monument.
Zeus.
Yeah, and I think it's good. I like it. In terms of score, I think
Any negatives?
it's pretty long. I mean, I don't
Plus-
know how long. It's got to be at least 3 hours.
Especially this game, because we kept stopping each other
Yeah,
from
it
winning.
was-
I don't see...
It's one of those games that will be like that, though.
Yeah.
But it's not like Munchkin in the someone's close to winning, smash them, and then they get fucking taken right back because you don't lose that much
Yeah.
from getting stopped. I mean, you stop me killing a monster, I'm still only one step away from doing it, but I'm just not killing that monster, you know,
Yeah.
and that sort of thing. Be interesting to see the monument one because I suspect that's probably quite hard. But hey, but yeah, I think generally speaking, there's not, other than game length, there's not really many negatives that spring immediately to mind. It is another kind of pseudo war game, basically, like your Game of Thrones stuff like that, where
Dudes
there's
on a
nothing
map.
else to do other than fight each other.
Well, this was quite cool because it adds in a couple of other elements like the monster hunting,
Yeah.
the temple control. You know, the
Absolutely. I mean, the quests feel a little bit
superfluous. Yeah.
because I mean I did one
You did
and
one,
everyone
no,
else
you
ignored them.
never.
I only did it because I hit my strength 2 and I thought, may as well, you know. And at that point I was a bit worried because I think she was in there at that point and I took her off there and I thought you could just come in now, but you didn't, so I was kind of just rode my luck a bit. But yeah, I think it's good. And score wise, I think I'd give it currently a 7.5, I think, but potentially I think that could rise.
Cool. How about you, Tone?
Remind me in a way of Cthulhu Wars, really. But I preferred it to Cthulhu Wars when I played Cthulhu Wars. I thought it's a sort of better version, area control. Several different routes of winning. I liked the different routes of winning. Monster hunting, 2 regions, 5 temples. So there was a few to aim at. And also there's sort of you can be going for one victory, like the regions, but be gathering.
Yeah,
of
you
course,
can almost
temples at the
obfuscate
same-
it.
yeah.
Oh look, I'm going for the temple win. Oh, watch out, watch out.
Yeah, no.
Meanwhile, you're doing something else, and people are focusing on you doing something. Yeah.
And
Yeah.
of course, apart from this hero that adds to the combat, the other heroes really could be off monster hunting
Yeah.
while you're gaining regions with your hoplites and temples with you.
I,
So you're going for all three victory conditions simultaneously.
Absolutely. I mean, I said when the first time we played this, the heroes in this are kind of like the heroes in the Room Wars board game, where they're almost playing they're on the same map, but they're
Yeah.
not really interacting
Playing a separate
that
game,
much
yeah.
with what else is going on there. And I think that's probably fairly accurate, all told.
Although this one is a step up from that, where the heroes are actually more relevant to the game.
Yeah.
You know, 'cause-
Generally speaking, they are. Yeah.
Especially once you get these blessing cards, then they become more.
Yeah.
I think the
Blessing
blessings are
cards.
excellent as well. Really
Yeah.
interesting, and I like the fact that everyone gets one at the same time.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah,
That's
that
nice.
is really
It's like,
good.
everyone's got a new power, yay! But I triggered it, so I get the choice first. But
Yeah.
everyone's going to get something. That's
it,
cool.
It really prevents a shoot ahead by somebody.
Yeah. Well, I think if the person got a power just by virtue of building that third temple there, that would just be unfair. Simple as that. Because everyone gets one. It's okay, you know.
Yeah.
So I'd probably go for a 7.
Right, so you said 7.5, 7. How about you, James? What do you think of the game?
You're joking. Nah, well, you guys have pretty much covered it all. You know, the bonuses, the pluses and the negatives. The only thing I would say, did you only get 4 characters in the box?
Base.
Yes,
Like,
there's more in the expansions.
Yeah, I feel there should be 6 characters.
It would be nice to give a bit of variability.
Yes,
certainly.
exactly.
Yeah,
Because
yeah.
otherwise you're playing with the same character. I can understand why, to a degree, you couldn't have the temples because of the board. They're pretty much stuck on
There's
the
an
board.
extra temple spot down here.
But even there, I mean,
Monuments,
you could
yeah.
have another blue one that just takes
Yeah.
the place of Athena, and
Yeah.
it wouldn't matter too
But
much.
because they're
necessarily,
so nice, I think these would be expansions.
I mean, I know,
Bigger, aren't they?
I know.
They've
There's
got more
expansions
box
like
space, yeah.
extra gods and stuff like that. I don't know how it integrates with the game because I mean these 3 seem integral to the actions of the game.
I strongly suspect that they have they probably all do the same stats, but they just have a different ability.
Yeah,
What I would have done as well, I mean, these I would have because this was a Kickstarter, wasn't it? For a stretch goal, instead of having all these different, because it doesn't make much difference that these are all different. To be honest, yes, it's nice.
Wouldn't even
It would-
notice, really.
You wouldn't even notice. It would have been better if the temples would have been in the base set.
oh, wait, these
Yeah.
ones.
Yeah, I know it's a stretch goal and for a second
It's like a
wave,
second wave stretch. goal.
but it would have been better if
But
they
then
had
in-
done.
They do like a terrain pack
in
where you
6
can.
months' time or whatever, when they've been replaced, you won't notice.
Yeah.
So it's
No,
only
it's,
now.
it's a fun game. Once again, these I was disappointed in the quests. I'll be honest with you, they were what's that? Surplus.
Superfluous.
Yeah, to the
or
to the
surplus, surplus
Yeah.
to requirements potentially.
Because I was, as Martin said, it's like, I've got the stats. I'll go. I might as well go and do it. And I was going to get the stats on the movement anyway. And I thought, okay, I might go do this one. And it's like, no, it didn't really work out. So I thought, well, no point. I'm only getting a couple of hoplites, which I couldn't have anyway because I ran out.
Yeah.
But
this-
no, it's good.
They
I
seem,
like the blessings. The blessings were good. The monsters were cool. How many monsters were there? Was there 5?
There's about
Six,
6.
yeah.
If you look on the back of this sheet, you see them all. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Oh, that's plenty of monsters.
Actually, Cerberus is the hardest one.
Yeah.
Thought he was a bit easy, if I'm honest.
Yeah.
Well, you didn't kill him.
Yeah.
Well, you could have
I
done.
could
You
have.
could
I
have
will
done.
pardon. It was beneath me at that point.
Mad.
But no, I enjoyed it.
How much would you give it out of 10?
I'll give it an 8.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, for myself, I'm a massive fan of Greek mythology, and I like the twist on this, that it's sort of like this sort of sci-fi kind of one.
Although that is utterly irrelevant. To
Yes.
it. They could
What
have
would you
not.
call it? Sorry, what would you call it? Sci-fi, or would you call it steampunk? Because it is magic. And
It's almost
mythical.
like cyber
yeah,
mythos or
Cyber mythology.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like that. But it is utterly irrelevant. You
Yeah.
could have removed that, because I suspect what they've done is, we'll just give this Minotaur a cool bionic arm, and we'll just build a game around that. And that was basically it, because has no bearing on the game whatsoever.
Yeah, it's still just Greek mythology with a different twist. Or
I mean,
slight
even
aesthetic twist.
The abilities and stuff on your like artifacts. There's no like cybernetic-y type ones. It's just they do that. There we go.
But yeah, I think there's a lot.
Push-ups.
I think there's a lot of variability to the game. I mean, all the different ways of winning adds to it. The different blessings you get changes the way you play. The way the other players behave on the board changes a lot. The monuments are great, and I love when the expansions actually hit that you can alternate out with the different gods and heroes. I think that'll make the game like just so much better. I love the way that your heroes operate as well, like the leadership and strength and speed, the way that influences how you move. Like, for example, I went heavy on strength, so that made me, and I took blessings that were good for monster hunting, obviously not good enough, but that made me sort of less interested in moving my troops around and occupying areas.
Or even having
Well, you
troops.
see, what did it for me, I got that first ability, the Hermes Temple, from, I think you built a temple, and it meant when I do the build temple action, I get to take another special action. So I thought, I'm going to try and use that as many times as I can by building it and then doing another special action.
Yeah.
And so I built a lot of temples, and so my natural course of action was to try and build the monuments to gain the priests. And because I was getting the priests, I was then praying, and my stats were going up really quickly.
Well, same with me. The blessing I got, the local support, where you reduce the population of regions by 2, directed me down the route of going for the area.
I wish I'd gone for that.
That's
If I'd have gone for that, I think I'd have won by the territories instead.
Yeah.
Yes, and like the guys were saying, component-wise, I mean, even though the miniatures are not your traditional ones, they are very well sculpted.
lovely,
Yeah,
really
beautiful.
Well, they're not painted yet.
It's because I got lots of other shit to paint. But I will get to it. And I love the statues, the way they build up. That's awesome. I love that. I think it's a really good game. I think it's probably... Oh, it's really close. But I think between this, Kemet and Cyclades is probably my favourite dudes on a map style game.
I think it's really good.
Yeah.
Really
I
good.
mean, there's a lot of replayability here. There's a lot of interesting options. Lots
Especially-
of good choices.
Especially when they introduce more characters and gods.
My
and
my
stuff.
one
Yeah.
overriding negative with this is that it went through Kickstarter, and there will be a boatload of stretch goals that if I bought it from a shop, I'm never going to get.
Although this,
that annoys me.
although this is Awaken Realms, so they don't do many Kickstarter exclusive stuff. I think a lot of their stuff does come to retail.
All right then, I buy it from retail and I pay 5 times what you did
Yeah.
at Kickstarter. Brilliant, because you got yours for free.
But yeah, I think it's really good. I think it's a really, really good game. I think component-wise, really good. Replayability is really good. Options, maybe the monster hunting is maybe a little
It
easy.
feels the easiest route to victory, I think.
Yeah, because it seems like the easy way to go, especially once you got your strength up to 5, and you draw 5 cards when you fight a monster. You start with 4, you're gonna do well.
Yeah. And the temples one felt to me like the hardest because they are spread out, so they're always in. It's
Yeah.
like, well, I've got 3, and now the others are in people's territories, and I have to fight my way through them.
Yeah.
That seemed difficult. But then I thought the controlling essentially 2 regions or 2 whatever it is areas is really difficult as well. And we all came close. I mean, these 2 were like 1 territory away from doing it,
Yeah.
and we actively had to stop them. And I wasn't that far away.
Oh yeah, James was super close as well. I mean, he was all poised, ready to do it.
Yeah, and who screwed me on that one, Jason?
It was Martin. He influenced me.
Wow.
As
I felt like I didn't get anything out of it.
As I thought earlier on, I should have shored up here and defended this for 3 turns, but I could have won a turn earlier by doing the territories, so I didn't want to give anyone else a chance to win. And if it wasn't for you, guy, your dude coming in here,
Smashing his way
But it's
through.
ironic as
Frank
well,
throws
you were
and
the
stuff.
only person that could do that.
Yeah.
If it was anyone else's hero, we didn't have the abilities to be able to do
They
that.
just
So he just went in there, played a load of cards and killed them all, and none of us could do that.
I think
No.
that was just revenge for me, like killing all your guys.
Yeah, taking my city,
Taking
my
all
one
these,
and only
yeah.
city.
Oh no, I took this one, this one, and this one.
The problem was at that point, I was trying to stop Tony winning and stop James winning. I could only do so much. You had to do something.
So funny. It was quite a funny game. The last like 3 or 4 rotations were just crazy.
And they were probably quite a lot longer than perhaps they would have been as well, because people were like, man, how can I do what I need to do and also stop them from winning?
No, that's good.
Actually, it's rather strange that the quests aren't maybe not a victory condition in their own manner, like get 5 quests.
Yeah.
But maybe.
Even 3.
Well, no.
Count as a wild towards.
Exactly what I
Yeah.
was thinking. Count as a wild towards.
Well, if they were,
victory
I'd have won earlier. I'm the only one in the quest.
That
as
would
well.
be interesting if that would mean the quests would probably come into it more.
Yeah.
If you could have a quest as a wild
Yeah.
towards
Or maybe like
victory condition.
3 quests count as a wild.
Something
3
like
might
that.
be a bit much.
Well,
I
it's
think doing
9 turns.
3 is well, not necessarily.
If you've got
Because you
your
could come in
strategy,
at
You need-
the highest.
Yeah.
You need the stats to do it.
you need the stats.
You
to
need
do
the
it.
stats to do it, so you need to obviously lots of praying and you need the
Yeah, you have to do it. So it would be good if each
You
one.
don't
was
know
a
what
wild.
praying is, do you? In,
No,
Is that you
I
ended up with
ended
3
the game with. Oh,
you ended up with-
ended the game with 3
Three
priests on the
I
last.
never got to play one of them.
No, and everyone I got in the 3 previous turns was just.
It's Minotaur
spotted by
skulls.
one.
And friggin' he stole the Minotaur kill off me.
Still nothing, man. I saw him wandering around. Actually, the monitor's still there. Yeah.
Actually, yeah,
He
I haven't
did
fought
that.
him yet. Alright, well, that's our thoughts on Lords of Hellas. It's really good.
Did
and
you score it?
I didn't. I would give it an 8.5, I think. I really like Dudes on a Map game. I really like Greek mythology. I really like the miniatures. So it's all good for me.
Well, the miniatures, they're ostentatious and really nice, but I prefer them to the really over-the-top Cthulhu Wars miniatures. They
Well,
have more of a reason in the game.
Well, that's the thing.
Yeah.
In this, I mean, the monsters are not ridiculously big, but I feel they need to be there so you can see them almost.
They need to be big,
And these monuments,
But they're
I
awesome.
don't know how you could change those, like in downwards in quality, because they'd lose. I mean, you could have them stacking tiles or something, but
Little
that's,
wooden blocks.
I mean, the fact that they are a stacking miniature like that, and they've got to be big. They're a monument, you know. I think they're
And they're the
exactly
gods.
right.
You know, God is monument
Yeah,
gods.
they don't have to be as big as a god, but like in real, I mean, in terms of, I mean, how big is that?
How big's a god?
Well,
Well,
Five
it's
for nothing.
taller than the men, bigger than the monsters, so it's a god. Has to be that size.
Or a Titan?
There we go. So we're really happy with Lords of Hellas. We recommend it. Go check it out and go pick up a copy for yourself.
maybe.
Thanks for watching. Yeah.